Yo, yo, yo. I was about to say good morning then. Probably not good. Well, it could be good morning for Team NA, maybe. Although it's probably still not. Welcome in, though, boys and girls. Good evening, good evening. We're poking about for a little bit over on Team NA. We got the characters made. The characters are made. We just need to level them a little bit. This is for Operation. I haven't decided what we call this really. It's on the NA account, but is it Operation Decor? Is it, Operation Takeover Team America? I don't know what I don't know what we're calling this. But we got a few characters. Got to get a few levels under our belt. The main one I'm trying to do is get the Druid sorted. Druid will do the lumber farming. Druid will do a little bit of herbing and mining along the way. Hopefully to build a little bit of starting capital so that we can do some cool stuff. Fatalities first thing. That's a good start, isn't it? It's hot this evening though. Oh my god. It's all of a sudden got very hot very quickly. I turned the aircon off for about 2 hours and nearly fried myself. Nice try keeping the stream streak. Yeah, I always worry about the bonus streams we do occasionally if it's going to kill people's streaks, but you can always watch a few minutes of the VOD, I think. I don't know exactly the rules and regulations on that one. But I'm not deliberately trying to break people's streaks. Good evening, boys and girls, though. I appreciate you stopping by. Tomorrow people are going to QQ. Well, there won't be a stream tomorrow, so there's a good opportunity for people to watch a bit of this evening's VOD, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Can you? Floating debris? Isn't this what gives you the lock boxes? I don't have fishing. Don't we learn fishing somewhere? Isn't there a fishing trainer? Literally, are you not a fishing trainer?
Hey there.
You are actually a fishing trainer. Oh, you just straight up learn fishing for everywhere these days. Alright, that's changed. That's different. I absolutely do not have me rod equipped on a button on a keybind. Do. What server am I on? All these characters are on Area 52. They're on a big realm. Not for any real reason. It doesn't really matter too much. But it's it wasn't a decision I made now. This was when we first booted up the NA account, like genuinely years ago at this point, but he's got anything good in him. Never lucky. Never lucky. Stupid game. Yeah, it wasn't really much of an educated decision where we park our tunes. Doesn't really matter these days, does it? Can always and easily move stuff about. Belly grub. Belly grub. Where you be? There you are, my friend. Get pew-pewed. It's not too bad to keep it now. Twitch just says watch a VOD and done. Yeah, it's not even watching a lot. It's like 5 minutes of a VOD or something like that, and it maintains the streak. If I can get this character to like 60, 65, 70 relatively quickly, any further levels from there can just be... Well, to be fair, we're capped at level 80, aren't we? Because this account doesn't have... midnight. But it will at least mean when we do some lumbering will be made much easier.
Need help? Hey there.
That's the theory, at least. Anyway, we were having a bit of trouble earlier today with mobs lurking around the lumber, just being frustrating because they were taking time to kill every time. I want to get to a high enough level that we can switch off chromie time. and just have low-level mobs that can just be nuked. And then when we're out farming lumber, it's like, it's a nothing burger if there's mobs about, you know? That's the theory. This route I'm going to be following for a cheeky bit of leveling, I'm kind of way ahead of the game. But the early leveling zones, Elwyn Forest, this is basically, what's his name? Haldrand's leveling route. And then I'm just using Zygor to make the actual questing in each zone basically mind-numbingly easy. Maybe a few dungeons. Might consider leveling a profession or two from a certain expansion. I haven't really decided yet. I should probably research this a little bit more. But there's loads to do. Brand new account, brand new adventure. Loads to do. Loads to do. Go away, go away, go away. See, that's the annoyance, right? I need to be high enough level that when we aggro random fellas, that we can just, like, moonfire them and they die. Is it on the other side, the necklace? Glinting mud. Show me the mud. No? Oh, does this have random spawn locations? Looks like a brown pipe. It can spawn at random locations underwater. So you need to search for it. Alright, sure, fine. Yeah, what's that over there? There we go. Glinting mud. Pew pew and eel while we're here. Oh, hello. What was that? Not super worth. Not super worth. "40 consecutive streams." Chris, thank you. Appreciate that. That's top tier performance. Thank you, thank you. Hope you're doing well this evening. How's your computer situation? Have you had to, you said the other day you were saying you had to send it back. Ooh, a rare. A rare. In doubt, pull everything. No Murlocs ever killed anybody, right? In theory, wouldn't it be more useful to level at least in Dragonflight so you could collect the knowledge points for herbing and mining whilst doing some leveling? Unlock mounted gathering. On a time perspective, not really. There was a strong consideration to just entirely level by herbing, mining, and lumbering. It's about 15 minutes a level. You'll eventually level doing it that way anyway. But the biggest and most annoying thing was that every time you aggro a mob, you have to spend time to kill it. And as you know, most lumber nodes are, well, a lot of lumber nodes are often lurking with guardians, protectors. So I kind of think it makes more sense to just do one thing and do it reasonably efficiently. We Zerg level first, then we can do, because let's be real, the amount of time it takes to get knowledge points to get something like mounted mining is like nothing in the grand scheme of things, isn't it? That's easy business. Leveling via the Dragonflight campaign is probably quite a bit slower than using a more optimum route. These first few vanilla zones are actually really good for leveling. Because a lot of the quests are clumped together and pretty straightforward. Still at the company. According to their testing, the PC is working as intended, but they keep looking and testing. That's worrying. If it was problematic enough to send it back and then they turn around and go, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it, then there's
what can I do
some
for you?
wires that are being crossed there. That's not good for anybody involved. It's going to piss you off and it's going to piss them off as well. Like a fart in the wind. Is that literally the name of the quest?
King's honor, friend.
It genuinely is. Oh. Oh, hello. Dude. Down he goes. 6 more collars. Kill enemies to get a scroll. Click supply crates. Missed a supply crate over there. Let's pull the sleeves up, get the weekly stuff done before Sunday. I am not sure how much of any weekly stuff I really care to do this week. I'm actually kind of tempted with this like adventure over to NA to take a bit of a week off. I mean, I did so many fucking delves last week, it was not even funny. And actually, I've got most of my alts into like nearly hero gear now. Nearly fully hero geared alts, which is kind of what I wanted. We might do a couple of basic bits and pieces, such as getting, you know, some fused, basic, easy fused vitalities and whatever. But I don't think I'm doing any serious work on the EU account this week. 1207 is like right round the corner, and that brings so much quality of life though for even profession stuff. We might it's one of those that when you know it's about to get so much easier, your incentive to do anything at all now is like, yeah, no. Just not doing it. Blizzard forgot to add in the time walking vendor again, did they really? Lol, they are funny. Vendor just quit his job. Stupid indie company. Ding, level 40. Level 40, where are we putting some points? Increases the range of all of your spells, that's handy. And we're apparently going into wild charge. Would I actually use that? Would I actually use that, or am I better off just going Tiger Dash? I'm going into Tiger Dash instead. Sorry, Zygo, I deny you your suggestions. Frenzied Rejuve would heal you above maximum health. 80% of it is converted into an absorb shield. Hello. As if Guardian Druids weren't tanky enough as it is. That'll do. A nighttime Mantheus, yes. An odd occurrence these days. It shouldn't be as odd of an occurrence, but it is. How does the patch make everything easier? Well, not everything, but the big one is that you no longer going to need to do 8 abundance ones a week. You can do just the 1. I mean, arguably that's only half an hour time saving. It's not like humongous, but mentally it's a huge change. Secondly, a few sources of leveling are having some XP boosts. Things like the one-time delve quests and Prey is getting a bit of an EXP boost. So there's a few things there that are going to be just easier. The 2 new mini zones are going to flood you with like hero level gear more efficiently. You're going to get so many flipping, what are they called? The field accolades, that's the word I'm looking for. So many field accolades so quickly, and the vendor's going to give you the ability to like pick a box. So you'll be able to like pick a hero helm. You'll be able to fill gaps in your gear so much easier. 750 field accolades will be basically a not deterministic, but a deterministic slot for a piece of hero gear. It's going to be very straightforward to fill gaps in your arsenal on either your main character or your roles, depending on how you're playing. Whereas now we've got the bonus roll system, but obviously that's quite RNG. Tempted to do some Legion time walking leveling this week based on comfort, but maybe better to wait for the patch and time ways. I mean, possibly. My theory is still pretty much do some alt leveling whenever you have time to do some alt leveling. It is nothing more than a time-consuming activity. Most people don't particularly enjoy alt leveling; they just do it. So if you've got some free time to do it, just do it. Otherwise, the later you leave it, the more you've got to do in the less amount of time. And once it's done, it's done. I know we're only in Season 1, but I would highly recommend people, if they haven't already, sort of work on their warband mentoring leveling buff. Getting 5 max level characters will make any further leveling you ever do the rest of the expansion so much easier. And, of course, we never know what's coming in 12.1. If there's something cool turning up in 12.1 that requires you to be level 90, you'll be happy you got ahead of the game on that one. Never know. You never know what's coming. The Undermine, for example, you didn't need to be level 90 in the Undermine technically to farm Mechanicas, but you had to be pretty close to 90 if you were doing it solo. You could get away with being lower level if you were multi-boxing it, but that was just a happy accident, I think. Flipping hell do I get up there? What was it in Dragonflight? What did they do in Dragonflight? We had the Niffen zone, didn't we? So, oh, was that Dracothis? Fucking hell, that seems like forever ago now. So yeah, 10.9, whatever, 0.1. Dracothis patch. It was a good thing to have a bunch of 90s that could quickly zip in there and get the recipes and whatever. Having a few level 90s well prepared is not a terrible idea, I don't think. That's my goal anyway. Cliff, how we doing? Welcome in. Good evening. Good evening, good evenings. Grab the freebie gold. Move. Get out of here. Kill Yowler. Get rid of you lot. See you later, fellas. Yowler's usually around here somewhere, isn't he? Is. $40, you'll be pushing 80 soon. It doesn't take that long. We're gonna do most of Red Ridge. A little bit of what's the one down here? Duskwood. And then I think we might be sort of about level 60 by then. Then we'll see what goes on. Yoink. Use the Etin control orb. I need one of the big Etin dudes then, don't I? Where are you then? There's one. What? Why didn't it work? Ow! Son of a bitch. Gotcha. Is this going to go crazy if I start flying now? Does he zoom with me? Yo, he just runs. Big spider. Hello. Kill big spider. Yo, this end dude chills with me. This is one of those things that if you can glitch these mobs out of the zone, you can often keep companions like this for like all of your leveling experience. I think it probably falls into the category of exploitation though, so probably not wise for me to do it on stream, but often funny if you can make it happen.
Need help? Greetings.
Cheeky little upgrade, don't mind if I do.
For the Alliance.
Two-Lock, how we doing? Welcome in, good evening. Evening, good evenings.
Well met. Need help? What can I do for you?
I'm actually pleasantly surprised at the fact that I'm playing on Area 52, which is a humongous server and also a horde-dominated one at that. I've got war mode switched on and I haven't been griefed yet. What is it local time? It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon local time. I suspect there'll come a point where I get my ass handed to me, but it's the risk you take for playing in war mode. But that 15%, is it 15% for war mode still these days? Yeah, 15%. It's too juicy to turn down. Too juicy to turn down. .16th is confirmed, but oh, okay, for the next patch, yeah. I mean, that was, I think most people had hard assumed that anyway. That's good to know. It's solidified though.
Light be with you. King's honor, friend. Hello. Greetings.
Yeah, it can't come soon enough if I'm honest. Other than the fact that we're now playing over on the NA realm, so that will definitely keep us busy for a little while. Oh my god, look at the amount of trash in here. I don't think most people care about PvP nowadays. There's always that rogue with low self-esteem. Oh dear, poor rogues. Poor rogues. Wait, killed 25 of these? Holy shit. How the fuck do we get this? Do these lot just chill? What's prowl these days? I don't think I need to do this, but I don't really want to attract the attention of all of these fellas if I can get away with it. Yoink. At level 80, you still get XP from lumbering in Classic, 124 XP. Yeah, just like picking up herbs or mining or whatever. Gathering will always give you a small amount of XP. It's not a lot, but, you know, something is better than nothing. Wait, am I not even meant to kill these right now? I am, but I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to hand a quest in. Kaboom. Ding! 4 minutes for a level. We take 4 minutes for a level. Soothe the target, dispelling all enrage effects. That's a shift Q ability if ever I've seen one. Iron Fur increased armor by an additional 15% and bark skin reduces even more. Sure. What did I say that's going to be? That's a shift Q ability, isn't it? Where did it go? Where did Soothe go? Shift. I should probably, although we are doing this on a druid and don't particularly need it, but just for like, you know, some starting lumber, probably try and get the 250 achievements from each expansion. That will also sort of kind of give me a way to level herbalism and mining in each zone a little bit as well. For some bonus gold along the way. I'm not convinced it'll be particularly worth doing gold-wise, but who knows, it might end up being a nice to have. We are probably going to be living in the world of just being short on funds for ages. Probably because I know myself, I'm going to be mostly wanting to reinvest basically every single penny into something. Having gold sat in my bags basically is going to be kind of pointless. I mean, we'll keep a few thousand gold for the odd occasional emergency, but other than that, I think we'll be pretty aggressively burning every penny into something. Whether it be leveling a profession or crafting stuff or bonus materials or something. Kind of against what I usually recommend. And to not really suggest people risk more than they're willing to lose, but I'm kind of willing to lose it all, so like, if you have nothing, you got nothing to lose, in theory. What I'm trying to say is I'm very unlikely to follow my own advice. I'm very likely to just YOLO the whole bank. Ooh, another rare. Mind if I do? Got a bunch of things over here. Can we LOS everything in here? Or can they see through this? What else do we need from here? Are we trying to rescue you? Leveling's so easy on a Guardian Druid though, oh my god. Like compared to, like, there's, when you have absolutely zero fear of death, so easy to level. You just YOLO pull everything. And if in doubt, you pop a couple of cooldowns. There's basically nothing that's going to cause you any concern. Cave. Somewhere. In the cave, in the cave. Cheeky piece of ore. Maybe grab that on the way out. Trying to get to in here. Hello. A box. Is that what we're after? It's a bit quick. Get things gone. Are you healing yourself somehow? What's going on there? What have you got? Down you go. Beautiful. Ooh, hang on. Free materials. When we have less than 1,000 gold, pick up everything. Pick up absolutely everything. Also, to be fair, getting a character at level 80 will even I mean Christ, even like the flipping hell do I get over there? Even some flipping Dragon Isles, or there'll be some world quests or something that'll be useful to do, surely, for a bit of gold, maybe, I don't know. The getting Midnight bought and paid for with gold is probably the first major achievement that we should shoot for. Didn't I just kill you? I swear I just killed you. You've respawned and you're elite. I don't really want to have to kill you again. Just going to be annoying. Kill more enemies. Talk to the dude that's next to me. There's no dude next to me. Oh, is he off killing something? Flipping out. He'll come back in a minute. He'll come back in a minute. I hope I can actually buy token with gold on my NA account. I don't have enough gold to do it, but I mean, it seems to indicate I can. Add 30 days of game time. I don't know. I know there's some restrictions on doing it, but this Battle.net has nothing other than this NA account on it, so maybe? Gonna be a bit of a whoopsie if I can't, but what path am I following? Where are we meant to be going? Am I meant to be going back in that cave? Oh shit, wait. Where are we going? Am I meant to be back in this cave? Massively confused. He walks around the area. Maybe I just kill shit. Just kill things. What do I need? 2, 4 more. Check on Battle.net website for last transaction done. Oh, this account's never had enough gold to buy a token or do anything like that. And the game time, I just bought my credit card. Continue following the path. What path? Why am I... Is he in that cave? How's this gone horribly wrong? We're meant to be in this cave still. Oh, we are meant to be in the cave still. That's why I'm confused. It's easily done these days, clearly. Confusion is my best friend. Down this way, probably? Aha, there you are. Odd these quests are asking us to kill elites. Don't remember these guys being elites. To be fair, we have got friends helping us though, so it should be easier. Should ding 43 after this quest, I hope. Another level done. This dude would kindly die. Need the black rock lever key. No nut samples. I think. Perfectly timed with the music. Click the lever chain. Hello? What? What now? Zygot, what the Christ are you talking about? I have no idea what it's talking about. Oh! This fucking thing. No wonder I missed it. Tiny little lever on the floor. Ding! Easy business. Info increases mastery, sure. What now? An evening stream breaker. Yes, yes. I'm genuinely not trying to break people's streams. Honest. Welcome in though, Mr. Norton. Good evening, good evening. Gotta get this leveled, this druid leveled somehow, so. Cheeky bonus stream, why not? Ow. Stupid. I'd like to keep these dudes with me, though. It'd be a bit of a life hack, wouldn't it, keeping these little fellas with me all the time? Who just nuke any mob anywhere near me. Just Herb and Mine. Exciting stream. Well, this is the thing that I'm gonna have to try and do with this, like, you know, leveling up, building the NA side of things. There's gonna come a point where I'm gonna be like, right, I now just need to farm a fuckload of lumber. How am I gonna make that interesting? It's gonna be an interesting challenge, that one. We're gonna have to come up with some spicy topics to discuss. We might activate politics in the stream for a week or something while we while we just farm up some lumber. Pick something divisive. Start a discussion about cats versus dogs or something that will go on for a long enough time for us to farm 10 million gold worth of lumber. Oh, double ding. Hello. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. When a hit deals you for more than 12%, instantly heal for 10%. Sure. Yoink. Smooth out those damage spikes. Click the board. On we go. What are we doing on so late? Got to get that druid leveled. Got to get Team NA up and running. Got to get that gold. 12-1 on the PTR. Probably not till after the patch has, the 1207 patch has launched, because there's likely to be 12-1 story related spoilers, which they would want the 1207 patch and storyline and stuff out. Be my guess. So, a couple of weeks maybe. Couple of weeks. Murloc doesn't seem to care that I'm stealing his tight trunk. Now, at what point does it claim we leave here? Go until you get prisoners of war. Continue until you reach prisoners of war, which you'll get shortly after reaching Camp Everstill. Quests here are sparse, filled with RP, and take a while to complete, so don't recommend finishing them. Okay. Shortly after you get where? Camp Everstill. Where's Camp Everstill? This one? No. There isn't a Camp Everstill. Oh, shortly after we get to... Oh, okay, so we're actually not far off. departing from Redridge. Yeah, for reference, I'm kind of using the best of both worlds at the moment. I'm using the Haldan 10 to 70 Alliance leveling guide. This. We're using this at the moment because it just works kind of well. Then using Zygor in game to just like base roll the quests and make it all super easy. Elwyn, Redridge, Duskwood is a good start. I'm doing this kind of weirdly out of order because I didn't start using this. We just kind of like, you know, hacked it together till about level 30. Redwidge, Prisoners of War. Free the prisoners of war locked up in the prison at Renders Valley. So once we get that quest, we can sort of peace out.
How are you?
And then we go down to Duskwood,
Have a good
do a
one.
bunch of quests
Greetings.
there.
Light be with you.
Muck Dweller Glands. Word gland is a gross word, isn't it? Gland and moist. They're just gross words. How many of these do we need? 8. We need 8 glands. Sure we do. Four. We take 4. Who are you? There's a big old shark fella. Big shark fella. Old Gummers. I think I've ever seen him before. Is it new? I don't even know. Ah, no puppies in here this evening. The puppies are in the main house. It's we only had amlams in here as well today. They'll all be back on Friday. Get it? I mean, I think it would probably kill me. Probably kill me. What was that? Not enough glands. We need more glands. One more. What time is it there? It's 9 o'clock? 9 PM? Vial of chloroform? Fucking hell. That's a pile of poo. 1 poo. 2 poo. 2 poo. Pile of leaves. Another pile of leaves. More poo. This is exactly what we were looking to do on a Wednesday evening. Pick up shit. Yeah. Moist glands and poo farming. There's a clickbait YouTube video title if ever I've heard one. Goblin moistens glands and farms poo. Probably will get me demonetized. Oh, we do need to kill a bunch of these hunters, actually. And maybe I should actually nuke them. Where did he go? Isn't there a quest to kill a bunch of these Murlocs? I'm sure there is. Oh, these suckers are stealthy suckers. That's why I can't see them. Cheeky stealth fellas. Can we find a few more? Killed all. Oh, there's one. Cheeky. Cheeky. That's going to be 4 of them, isn't it? Wait, what the fuck's going on here? Why did I come out of bear form? Oh, we got any cash money in the mailbox, actually. Cash monies. Yo! We're rich! Cash monies. A full 351 gold. An entire world quest's worth of gold. We are moving up in the world. That's 3 hunters. I really want one more. One more would be wonderful. Well, one more hunter, dude. Where you at? Where you at? There's one there, but... You gonna... That'll do. Oh no, now these are evading! Oh, I've messed it all up. There's me trying to get... a nice, easy... pack of 4. Right, where did those fellas go? There's 1. 2. Oh, like buses, mate. Like buses. Hey, nice.
Need help?
Loads of XP. Ding!
King's honor, friend.
Prisoners of war. Isn't this the bit where it says to peace out from it? Where did it go? This is where it says to peace out. Yeah, prisoner of war. Quest here. From here on out are sparse, filled with RP, and take a while to complete. At this point, fly southwest towards Darkshire and Duskwood. Once you reach Duskwood, complete almost all of the quests in the zone, including the hub on the west side. Whilst Duskwood does have a lot of travel time, quest density is very high. Skywriting makes this less of a concern. The only quest you should not complete is the final one to kill the big dude. Yeah, that's fine. That's easy enough. Right, let's mosey on down then. We've already got a intro quest, but let's head there-ish. Each stack of thrash reduces the target's damage to you by 3% and your damage to them. Beautiful, we take that. Nicely. Damn, you've knocked me out of flipping. You keep hitting them with physical damage, they'll follow you forever. Does leashing work like that anymore, though? I thought most, I know way back in the day that was a thing. But are not, do most mobs not have a programmed maximum leash length these days? Regardless of damage taken. Oh, I want the ore, but I don't want the aggro. I want the lumber, though, if it's free. Oh, Knoll Feaster, who are you? Oh, we killed that spider a minute ago. Ah, see you later, spider. You're safe for another day. Right, Duskwood. Load the Duskwood storyline. Zygor. Questing. Who's stolen me tree? Where's me tree? It's on this one. Zoom there. Zoom! Oh god, another tree. Literally the reason we're here.
What can I do for you?
Do we actually want to make it our inn? I don't think I do. We're not going to be here long enough for that to be really valuable.
Light be with you. What can I do for you? Need help?
Hello. Have a good one.
We've been walled up for far too long.
Grab all of these quests. Whoops.
Good
Wrong
day
button.
to you.
Yeah, if we can get this druid reasonably leveled, and reasonably quickly, this isn't taking us too long. I think if I can get to sort of level 60 relatively quickly, then I might see about getting a profession or two leveled up to start crafting a few bits of decor. See what looks good. I was talking earlier, I'm really tempted to go Inscription, just because Inscription has lots of available recipes. It gives us a bit of flexibility with what we craft. But ultimately, and eventually, I am going to want to be crafting one of everything. Keeping one of everything up for sale will be useful, I think. What are we doing with these crabs? Should we just kill them? Something's happening with these crabs. No, come back. Asian. I think the first 100k is going to feel really grindy. But I think once we can get into the 6-figure club, I think we'll be able to fly to 7 figures quite quickly, you know? Because by the time we're in 6 figures, well, thinking about it, I probably won't reach 6 figures very comfortably for very long. Because like I mentioned earlier, it makes very little sense to just sit on lots of gold. It makes a lot more sense to spend it on something that's useful. Or then go to helping you make more. But we might actually quite quickly end up being almost capped by the amount of time I'm willing to spend farming lumber. Can somebody make an add-on for this game that makes all tree leaves translucent? And when you get within 10 yards of a tree, if you've got any form of travel enabled, it makes the tree disappear. I'm sure that's not possible, but like... when you do this, there's nothing more annoying than this. You're like, oh, now I can't see anything. I know there's the outline mode, isn't there? So at least you can see where your character is. And that kind of made me giggle when they added it. Because, like, what does that matter? My character's always in the middle of the screen. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking at. Oh, we're about to ding again. Jesus, this is happening nice and pronto. Time I blink, we're about to get another level. Questing definitely feels the play. Time walking dungeons just felt too slow, you know. Even with insta queues, I was like, These old school flying in a zone like this with many trees. Yeah, I can see why people do. The amount of time you spend, like, face planting a tree probably counteracts the speed of movement. Only TBC and Classic are worth for the time walking for the mob density. Yeah, there just doesn't seem to. Even with the boat, like, I calculated it was like a level and a half per dungeon. But it was still kind of like, it still doesn't really feel... Like, I can go out and do 4 or 5 quests in like 10-15 minutes and then hand them all in and do basically the same. And I'm not reliant on anybody else. Although the big gear upgrades from the dungeons definitely helps. Keeping your item level in check. Oh, what's this? Poison. Do we clear poisons? No. We clear corruptions, curse and poison effects. Oh, we do. What setting do I need to change to make that auto self-casting? That's another setting that needs changing. It's probably called self-casting something. Self-cast auto and on key press. Automatically cast friendly spells on yourself if you do not have a friendly target. Oh, so it was on already. Why didn't it work then? Why didn't it work? I don't know. Glitch in the matrix. It's not even just when you're flying though. Like if you're actually zoomed out a little bit, it's so easy to get a tree in your way. Genuinely. So easy to get a tree in the way. You can buy gear from Time Walking Vendor if you have badges. I mean, I have no currencies for anything on it. Like this, like look at my all warband transferable currencies. Oh, I do technically actually have 305 Time Walking badges. There we go. I lied, but probably not enough to make much of a difference. There's another... These are going to be the last wolves. I need 2 more spidery doodahs. 25 badges a piece. Or is that genuinely all it is? That's actually pretty cheap. Man, this is the latest recruit for Liquid. Oh god, I wish. In fact, no, I don't think I do wish, to be honest. Nothing against Liquid, but I genuinely don't think... Oh, that might be our first piece of transmog. Might be our first piece of something that we sell at 500 gold just to make it disappear quickly. Go on, give me your lumpy, dusky, lumpiness. There it is, beautiful.
Well met.
Yoink.
Safe travels. Can I help you?
You need something? Good day to you.
Little upgrade. Oh, rare upgrade. Double bubble. Nice.
Well met. What can I do for you? Greetings.
I don't know where the Race to World First guilds get their gold from these days. I presume it's not that much different to what it always has been, that they just borrow it whenever they need it from mega wealthy people and then pay it back often via boosts. The thing is I don't really know how much like Limit and Echo and people do. Like I'm sure they are boosting a lot, but I question whether it's enough to make the gold that they consume during these Race to World Firsts every 6 months. Do they really take, you know,
Be with you.
how long after each prog session do they then spend boosting to like recuperate or
Well met.
fill the guild bank with gold again? It's probably the,
How are you?
you know, obviously the Race to World First is so heavily publicized these days.
See you later. What can
You
I
know,
do for you?
the boosting that they have to do to make the gold is probably the sort of the dirty unseen side of the Race to World First. The things that is not publicized anywhere
Need
near
help?
as much,
Light be with you.
yet is almost probably as critical as most other bits, surely. They hire the split helpers on credit, pay back with mounts and loot boosts. All the characters give them as many boost runs as they need. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's a lot of favors here and favors there. I'm sure it's not actually anywhere near as much gold as it looks on paper. But still, I mean, it's the amount that they've got used to spending in these Race to World Firsts is kind of bonkers level. I mean, if it's under 500 million gold, it's a cheap patch. I think that is kind of the point we're at right now. If it's less than 500 million gold, they think that they've, you know, they've had a cheap one. I think the initial sale runs were like 40 mil, maybe more. Yeah, I suppose. I guess in the first couple of weeks, they can get away with charging basically as much as they want, can't they? You got oil tycoon level whales probably buying those runs because they can. Something I've always thought about this game that doesn't really seem to happen, but it could so easily, is you never really, like, or at least not so publicly anyway, do you really get the, like, the offensive, like, offensively rich whales. We're talking your Saudi princes here. Like, you never see it really publicized that anybody's dropping 50 or 100k in World of Warcraft. Yeah, it could so easily be done. Like, just think about somebody that wanted to, like, I don't know, maybe there's really not actually, maybe there's not actually so much to really spend gold on to see that happen, but in the mobile market, for example, it's not uncommon for, like, proper whales to, like, hard whale out. Don't remember which tier it was, but in the War Within, Max got asked how much it cost them, and he said 500 mil. Yeah, 500 mil is a cheap season, I think, but by this point. I think if they're spending under 500 million gold, they're like, all right, that was a, you know, a good value tier. Like, it's astronomical amounts of gold.
King's honor, friend.
Might be some that directly invest in the orcs themselves. Yeah, but that's not like,
Hello.
you know, some Saudi prince turning up and basically bankrolling a guild through a tier or something like that.
What can I do?
Doesn't really... That's not really wailing out in the same way. Like, what, you know, I'm talking about somebody that just, like, for pure levels of greed, just because they've got fuck you money, is like, alright, I'm just going to buy 5, you know, somebody that just comes along and is like, I'm just going to buy 200 million gold and just be stupid with it, right? I'm sure it happens, but
Can I help
it doesn't
you?
seem to be very well publicized in this game if it does. Look at, like, when Diablo Immortal comes out and, you know, classic mobile games where you'll very quickly get the stories of people spending, like, what did Quinn spend on Diablo Immortal in the end before he got his 5-star gem? Wasn't that like 20k or something like that? And that's probably considered amateur to some flipping Saudi prince that turns up and, you know, money is literally no object. Then again, in a way, WoW's not really as pay to win as some people make it out to be, I suppose. You can't, you know, there's no... Yes, you can buy lots of gold with tokens, and yes, you can buy mythic BOEs, but you can only buy mythic BOEs on the auction house after the fact, for starters. Mythic BOEs don't even exist until, like, you know, good period of time in, which is, as far as a real gamer whale is concerned, is after the point where it would be fun to do it. And in terms of, like, very quickly you just fall into the category of everything you spend gold on in WoW is really just cosmetic for the most part. Like, you can spend humongous amounts of gold on gear boosting, but there is a bit of a glass ceiling to that, really, let's be real. Yeah, maybe there isn't really the opportunity for, like, super whales to do super whale things in WoW anymore. Or there maybe never was. I mean, it's totally not, by the way. But could you imagine if somebody, like, was just bought 100 mil worth of gold with tokens and then just, like, leveled all their crafting professions and bought a whole bunch of boosts in order to do concentration and then just, like, mask. I don't know, it still doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't make sense to do. Why would you buy the gold to then just be silly with it and give it all away after? I don't know. It'd be more... Yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about. I guess it's probably good that WoW's not pay to win in that regard. Yeah, there always comes a point where you've got, you know, no amount of gold is going to make up for actually being able to play the game. That's the thing. You could buy, like, a mythic raid boost, like, really early on, and it might get you a few bits of gear, but still probably not going to help you. You could be fully decked out in mythic gear, like, a few weeks in if you just paid Echo or Liquid loads of money. But then at the end of the day, that still probably wouldn't help you running a Mythic Plus dungeon if you don't know the, you know, the pathing strategy or something, you know. Comes a point where skill has to be obtained.
Greetings. Hey there.
Right.
King's honor, friend. Need help?
Oh, another ding. Happy. Lunar beam. Summon a beam of lunar light at your target location, dealing a bunch of damage. Blah blah blah. Also increases mastery and heals you. I think lunar beam is included in single target. Cool, awesome stuff. Is included in one button rotation. Means I don't have to worry about it.
Good day to you. Hey there.
Really need to be picking up this lumber when we see it on the map. Hurts my brain to fly past things on the map. I can kind of get it. I can kind of forego picking up herbs and ore, but leaving lumber makes my brain hurt because that's literally the reason we're doing all of this. I'm gonna have to do it eventually anyway. And where's the? Okay, we've aggroed something. Ugh, get out of there. And it can be cast in bear form as well. So it's, yeah. It's going to be really nice. Like that one. Oh no, wait, hang on, we didn't get the journal. Yoink. 8 Nightbane Shadow Weavers. Just kill a bunch of stuff then. Oh, sneaky. Yeah, everything get cooked. Guardian is just ridiculous class. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, that's a tent. Enough? One more for good luck. Eight, 9, and 10. I think yeah, calculated. Perfecto.
King's honor, friend. For the Alliance.
I got a bad feeling.
A bad feeling. Cave bit now, isn't it? Is this the cave bit? Oh no, not yet. Kill corpse weeds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. '69 herbalism skill. Giggity. Just leave it there. Don't touch it now. Don't touch it. You got the meme.
Ain't you a chipper-looking one? What's your story?
This is the cave bit I was thinking of. Grab those on the way out. Is thrash considered physical damage then? Is a thrash tick going to keep them attached to my butt? Definitely. Oh wait, am I meant to be? Yeah, I am meant to be. Thrash has got to be considered physical, surely. I mean, what else would it be? Thrash. Oh, it's bleed damage. Bleed damage not considered physical. Probably, I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works. I've only played the game for 20 years. I mean, these guys didn't stick to me like glue, so I'm guessing it's not. We can do better than 3 at a time. Just when you learn it, Blizzard changes it all anyway. Can't keep up. Oh shit, another ding. What was this? Count what? Block the appearance of the Kaldori Protector's adornment upon completing of the Heritage storyline. What Heritage storyline? Alright, sure. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. When you fall below 40% health, you cast Frenzied Rejuve up to once every 2 minutes. I mean, sure. Guess that helps for like dungeons and stuff. Outer world stuff, I can't imagine I'm going to drop below 40% of health. Never enough mobs.
Light be with you.
Friendly with Gilneas. Is this unlocking like... I suppose, yeah, I'm hey, aren't I? I've got zero classes unlocked or anything. Genuinely got nothing unlocked on this account. It's weird having so little.
Farewell. Get gabbing
All
and
those
get
little
going.
odds and ends,
Watch your
all
back.
those little odd things you've been working towards every time they release something
Hello.
new for years and years and years.
Have a good one.
Then out of nowhere, I'm like thrown into the deep end of having nothing. Kinda jarring. Kinda jarring, not gonna lie. How am I meant to make 1,000,000 alts to sell stuff on different realms if I don't have even Volpira unlocked? You know, I'm just all little odds and ends like that. Something that you take for granted after a while. Oh yeah, I'll just make a Volpira alt. Starts at level 10 or whatever it is.
Need help? Well met.
Nope. All my alts start at level 1.
You need something?
What can I do for you, King's Honor, friend? Be careful.
Hello. What can I do for you?
Oh, Jesus. More dings. Thrash has a 10% chance to trigger an additional Thrash? Go on then. Yes, please. Cool ribs. Now, odds on them all having ribs. Slim, right? Let's pull enough so in case they do. You'll get a boost when you buy Midnight. Should do. Should do. By that point, it probably won't be that tactical or that needed. By the time we can afford to buy Midnight with gold, we should be pretty good for gold, and we should have a proper setup already. Can't imagine I'll need many alts by the time we get that. Although it could be saved maybe for like the last major profession dude, for example. It's just one less alt we're gonna have to level up, I suppose. Oh, we're missing Mark of the Wild. Good spot. Whoops. Top tier druid. Top tier druid. Okay.
You need something? Good day to you.
I've decided it's much easier to just zoom up above the trees and fly above them to wherever we need to go. With Zygor literally giving us an arrow to exactly the, you know, exactly the destination. Easier than trying to navigate through the trees. Like 7 tokens to buy the expansion. That sounds like a lot. No, it's like $50, isn't it? So you get what, $15 a token? 6 maybe? It's about 1.5 million gold on NA, isn't it? Something like that. 1.5 million gold, somewhere around there. Maybe a little bit more. Should be less than 2 million gold though, right? Which, if we can get... Yeah, see, that's going to be the problem, right? I'm going to be so gung-ho about reinvesting any gold into doing something. Actually liquidating 2 million gold. That's gonna be my main challenge. Is actually just like doing enough to just liquidate 2 million gold.
Need help?
It'll probably be a process of just reinvest, 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 and then spend a few days just selling everything. And hopefully hitting the magic number and then buying Midnight. But The question is by that point, will I really need it? If we've got a decor operation on the go, it's going to be kind of funny to see how much gold we can make without even bothering getting midnight. I genuinely think it could be... I mean, in theory, there's not much we can do. There's not much we can do with midnight content right now that we can't really gain access to. We go purely the decor route. There's nothing like, obviously midnight recipes, sure, but like, how much do we really even care about a copy of midnight? Ooh, a rare. Hello. You could probably find somebody to trade EU for NA. Oh, don't get me wrong. Like, I could, you know, I could have the gold in a heartbeat if I wanted it. There are streamer privileges I can call upon very quickly and easily if I wanted to. The advantage of knowing many a billionaire in this game. But kind of half the point of this is that I'm trying to be as self-sufficient as possible. The only major thing this account does have is a longboy, and that was gifted to me. I was kind of half working towards getting the gold to buy the longboy as a bit of a mini challenge back in the day. This is when I set up the NA account. But it ended up being kindly gifted to me. And I think it was about Christmas time anyway, where I was about to take a break. So I was like, alright, sure, I'm more than happy to take the gift. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And then the NA account was on hiatus for a little while. Oh, kill one more. Miscalculated. Roland's Doom.
Hey there. How are you?
Well met. Light be with you. You need something? Have a good one.
Oi, get gabbing or get going.
Get gabbing or get going. So, is one of these going to be for unlocking Worgen? A Worgen an allied race?
Well met.
Can't remember. Are Worgen an allied race or are they a base race these days? I can't remember. Hang on. Where's the dude? Oh, I need to use the ring, don't I? Yes, yes. They're like goblins. Yeah, that's right, yeah. Its kill should ding as 53 as well, I think. Don't buy Midnight, you buy the next expansion with the gold, and then you're just going to stroll into Silver Moon and learn the recipes. Maybe. Bark, skin, or survival instincts absorb a shitload. Your business. Oh, and double thrash. Does that give thrash the chance to proc through? Oh, 20% chance for 2 times. Hello. That'll do. That'll do.
Any friend of Greymane is a friend of mine. Farewell.
What point do we peace out of here, or do we just do the whole zone? I think we just do the whole zone, don't we? Mostly just do the whole zone. Once you reach Duskwood, complete almost all the quests in the zone. A lot of travel time, blah blah blah. Don't do the final one, loads of travel. On reaching the quest and completing the others, return to Stormwind. Then we're off to Loch Modan and Wetlands. We might not get to that stage today, we'll see. I don't know how long I'm going to stream for this evening. I've got an early start tomorrow. I probably shouldn't stream for too long. But I wanted to get a bit of progress done. So that that it doesn't drag and we can actually start doing some of the actual, you know, gold making. Oop. You know, who put a tree there? Who put a tree there? Oh, hello, cheeky. There are add-ons that help tide away percentages, like a savings account. Haha, not really. One trick I used to use, though, was I used to take 10% of everything I took out. So every time I looted a mailbox, you know, you sell a bunch of stuff, comes through to the mailbox. Every time I looted a mailbox, I would take 10% of that and just put it in the guild bank. And then I just kind of forget about it. And, you know, the rest of the gold on the character I could spend as I wanted to. Oh, get its health low and don't kill it. Oh, fudge McDuck. Wasn't listening to that, was I? Whoops. Let's try again. But yeah, I did that all the way through Shadowlands, right at the very beginning of Shadowlands, where I basically had no gold, but was aggressively reinvesting into legendaries every day, so that I didn't absolutely cripple myself. Or 10% of every mailbox opening went straight in the guild bank. That was the way I did it. Considering the world of vibe coding, it wouldn't be surprising if there's an add-on something like that just by default these days. Wait, did that not work? Why are they not being soothed? Oh, there we go, it is. Gonna have to kill the bogies first, I think. Oh, cock. Can I still do it when I'm... Oh, I don't think I can. Okay, you do have to get, like, really right close to them. It's working. Hold him still, jitters. Vibe coding add-ons is awesome. I have real mixed emotions about it. Mostly down to the fact that done right, it's like crazy. They're crazy good. Like, you know, if like I said, done well, it's really good. But there's one thing that I am ever so concerned
What's
about,
your story?
and
Good
it's
day.
that add-on that like how many add-ons that are like kind of quite useful right now that lots of people are using because it's brand new early expansion that have been vibe coded that will just get abandoned within 5 minutes flat. You tend to find over the years that a lot of add-on, you know, the cream of the crop is kind of navigated to the top, and there's like a list of 10 add-ons that like everybody uses, and they're just like goated god tier add-ons. You know, some so big that they're businesses in and of themselves. It's so easy to wang together a vibe coded add-on these days. I wonder just how many of them are just going to get completely abandoned within 6 months. Not updated, not added to, not like built upon. And that's, you know, in itself probably not a terrible thing, but people start relying on add-ons so hard in this game. This is why I'm always kind of cautious with how many add-ons I use and which ones I use. Because I don't want to get to the point where I rely on something so heavily and then it gets, you know, rug pulled. So maybe I'm overly cautious, but I do worry a lot of the vibe coded add-ons are just, yeah. But like I said, when it's done right, you know, the fact that the speed of implementation is kind of the crazy thing to me. I don't know my ass from my elbow about coding though, so you know, most of it looks impressive to me from the word go. You have the source, you can just update it yourself. I mean, it's great news if you know, you're code savvy in the first place. Like I said, great news if you're code savvy yourself. So you can just, you know, fix your own problems, but like I said, I'm relatively cautious about this sort of stuff because I don't know my ass from my elbow when it comes to coding. And I don't really have too much desire to learn either, if I'm honest. Like, you know,
Good day to you.
the fact that I've played this game for 20 years. Now, obviously 20 years ago, if I knew I was going to be... If 20 years ago, if I knew I was going to be playing the game for 20 years, would I have taken some effort to learn Lua? Absolutely. But at the same time, it's like, yeah... One of the reasons I kind of opted out of them, I just use a couple of the most needed ones. Yeah, I like I said, I don't want to fall foul of like highly relying on something that just popped up out of nowhere, super cool. I tend to think the War Within was probably the last expansion where like big new add-ons are going to surface that like become household name add-ons. Then again, you know, I've found a few in Midnight so far already that are like incredibly useful and stink of vibe coding. Like I said, not that vibe coding's bad, it's just it's quite clear and it's quite obvious that they've not solely been coded by hand, if that makes sense. be honest, I don't really look at the code directly anymore. I spend my time building product specs and treating AI like a dev team rather than being the dev team now. Yeah, my brain's just not cut out for that. Sounds clever though. Sounds clever. What's the master plan for NA? The main focus of NA is to, or at least the early focus of NA, is just to showcase decor, really. This account doesn't have Midnight, so that in of itself just kind of like draws a line under any Midnight related goal making. Because the account doesn't have Midnight. Yet, decor, I do kind of... I'm a bit gung-ho on decor as being a very lucrative market throughout most of Midnight if you get going with it and are relatively consistent with it. It's not super easy setup, clickbait YouTube video level gold like we've had with like concentration or mission tables or that sort of thing, but it's more in the vein of, you know, an hour or two's lumber farming each week, craft a few items that you've sold, you'll make, you know, 50, 100, 200k a month, kind of like with very little effort eventually, which for many people could easily be their token a month kind of thing. I just don't think people have really sort of like given decor a good go or the time yet. You've got the category of people that absolutely blasted decor when it came out. From a goal making perspective, I'm talking about here. Like, who absolutely hammered it in December when it first launched, but then, you know, for obvious reasons, got very distracted by a brand new expansion launching. And are likely to also be somewhat disheartened by today's prices because they were sort of, you know, more akin to 50k, 100k, you know, decor sales, taking millions of gold out of the mailbox every day. Their perspective on decor is going to be hard to replicate in today's terms, and so are unlikely to maybe go back to it, but still doesn't mean that it could be an easy token or two a month for many players, I think. Shit, I meant to be picking up a quest, not killing this dude. I know I have to kill this dude, just not yet. But I aggroed him, so there's not a lot I can do about it now. Give me 72-hour days so I can get my stuff done and have time left over to convert all of my weak auras. Yeah, well, you're in a somewhat unique position of that being so big on weak auras to then have that rug pulled from you is kind of gross. Dare I say, I would still now absolutely love if weak auras just like came back and worked again, to be honest. The frank easiness of just like, let me link you some import code and then bang, it does a thing on the screen and I don't really need it to do any more. Like the simplistic, just quick little snippets of information, so useful with weak auras. So useful. That had nothing to do with like trying to min-max and break flipping raid boss mechanics, right? There's the other more friendly side of weak auras that is the innocent victim in all of this that I would love to have back. And I was late to the party as well with weak auras. I resisted having weak auras for ages. But then once I like properly embraced it, I was it was just in time for them to like whip it away. Click the hat. What hat? Hang on, I can't see shit. Give me some daytime. Give me some daytime. Oh, it's upstairs. Oh, I can't see shit. How many servers am I going to do? I mean, I've got absolutely nothing nailed down yet. Oh my god, this place looks like totally different when it's in the day. A stinky bright pro. My god, I've literally never seen this zone like this. Because this zone doesn't have a daytime cycle. This place looks crazy. It's beautiful all of a sudden. I need to kill him again, but just not yet. Look at Duskwood when it's not dusk. Never seen it like this before. Is that actually a chest?
Quickly! Quickly!
Get out of the way. Get out of the way, give me the chest. Move. Move.
Watch your back!
Yoink. Ah, another cheeky piece of gear that might actually be worth selling. What are we doing? Killing shit. Let's kill shit. Kill more stuff. First time the zones looked good. Yeah, how different the place looks when you turn the lights on. Tried making an add-on for replacing my class bars. So many of those things are now protected functions. I mean, I don't want to go off the deep end on add-ons, but it still baffles me that Blizzard chose to take a war to the add-ons. Like it doesn't make, like, I genuinely don't understand where they could have possibly thought that there's enough benefit from doing this to justify actually doing it. Like, it just seems like a really, really horribly miscount. It feels like Brexit. Genuinely. Like, not to get political, because I try and keep politics out of this place as much as possible. People don't want that shit. But people understand, well, if you're British, you definitely do. But I'm sure most people somewhat understand the correlation. The war on add-ons feels very Brexity to me. It feels like one of those things that give it couple of years they'll be like, yeah, we probably shouldn't have done that. We probably shouldn't have done that. Oh no, I've not stopped on the EU. This is just a bit of a side hustle mini project for now at least. Just seeing. The main reason for doing it on NA instead of doing it on my standard EU account is that actually farming decor and crafting decor and selling decor doesn't make much sense for me to do on my EU account because I've already got far too many life luxuries on my EU account. I've already got far too much gold. I've already got characters set up cross-realm. It makes 99% more sense for me to flip decor on my EU realm. On my EU account. I'm happy to spend the gold. I can buy the decor whenever I need. I have the ability, I have the know-how, all of this, right? Makes a lot more sense for me to just flip decor on the EU. On the NA account, I don't have any of those luxuries. And secondly, this is like the start. This is the process that I think is probably likely to be more relatable and useful for a lot more people. Which is kind of the point of doing it on the NA realms. And more than anything else is it's going to help me understand the teething issues of doing it on a relatively fresh account in the first place. Things that you just don't consider until you actually do it.
Hello. Hey there. See you later.
Just little stupid things like I don't even on this account have like a yak or a vendor mount or nothing. Like just sort of a basic day-to-day functions take a lot longer on an account that has nothing, which is so easy to like forget when you're playing on a 20-year-old account. Epic upgrade. We got ourselves an epic. And the fact that on my EU account, at any given point, if I need to buy something, I just buy it. Whereas on NA, decisions to spend gold are going to have to be somewhat calculated decisions, because I don't have, you know, throwaway disposable gold. Every penny we spend is going to be 1 penny. You know, every single time we buy something or level up a profession, we're going to have to look at it through the lens of, like, how quickly is this going to make us our gold back, and is it even worth doing? Which I just never have to do on the EU. I can just throw gold at any problem I want on the EU. And if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. How's the gold looking over on EU? I mean, liquid gold, it's about 40 million. But God knows how much I've got in terms of, like, stuff listed on auction houses and stuff. My 4 other bonus auction house accounts haven't got game time at the moment. But I did obviously make sure I emptied mailboxes and stuff before that. So all of my inventory's safe. I'm just not posting it on the auction house right now. Oh, hang on. I need to kill these things in a minute. I need to pick up the quest first. I'm quite sure of it. Hello. How do we pull you? Cheeky rat. I don't understand half the things Blizzard does, like, why do they remove quests and oversimplify past expansions? I think a lot of it stems from, like, just old tech. You know, back in the day when we had, like, the Cataclysm revamp, for example, they just didn't have the tech to have, like, 2 different instances of a zone. So, at that point, are we trying to equip this? Is that worth equipping? Yeah, sure, whatever. At that point, it probably was a bit of a tech limitation. These days, though, I don't think they really have much of an excuse, do they? There's no reason that they couldn't just... And I kind of wonder if this is like a major overhaul feature that might turn up at some point in the future. Sort of like the ability to basically go back and play any expansion as that expansion was when that expansion came out. Feels to me like something that, you know, Chromie should offer. I know we have Chromie time now for the purpose of leveling, but I tend to think that there's something, you know, if they're going to go the route of, instead of continuing on with Classic through all the different expansions and end up doing a Classic Plus kind of like revampy something or other, they could maybe build more into actual retail that allows you to, like, go back and play the old stuff sort of as it was then, but just off the back of the retail client, or entirely integrated into retail completely. They won't do that. Yeah, obviously monetization will be a thing, but at the end of the day, Blizzard make plenty of money. I know there's no such thing as enough money ever, but it's I think they're probably reaching the point where they're, you know, there feels like there's less and less and less and less and less people paying attention to Classic every time it spins around. You know, Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King were like super hyper moments for the purpose of Classic. And obviously Vanilla, of course, but I don't think anybody really cares that much about WoD Classic. People seem to be kind of 50-50 about MOC Classic, like, already right now. By the time you start doing BFA and Legion Classic, it's like it almost feels as if it wasn't that long ago. It was like the proper game anyway. I think they'd be better off to do, like, 6-month seasonal hard resets on like a Classic Plus kind of system, where they just every 6 months just reset the game. Because that seems to be where the core market is. Now I know some people would say that, you know, the actual Classics experience has already been done to death. But I think that is genuinely where the main core audience is. Oh, you seem to have a lot of health, my friend. You don't want to die. Go. I mean, Blizzard will always find a way to monetize whatever it is they do. Their incentive is to do the thing that brings the most people to the game. Then there's more people to monetize. That's why an entirely money-first approach isn't necessarily the best way. Do what brings the most players to the game. Then monetize those players. The less players you bring to the game, because you're just churning out classic expansion after classic expansion, with diminishing player base each and every time, comes a point where it's not worth. This zone looks so different in the day. The 4 polygon trees are showing their age though, aren't they? The only reason I'd want WoD Classic is for that sweet Garrison gold. You know the Fun Police will come out and nerf the shit out of all of that though for Classic, right?
What can I do for you?
Okay, this is the quest to kill the big dude. Oh no, no, not quite. Not quite. Or is it? Is this the point where the guide says to peace out with it? I thought you move on when you get the quest to kill the big dude in there. Requires a ton of travel for minimum reward. Upon reaching this quest and completing the others, return to Stormwind. Okay, we are done with this zone now then. We'll move on to Loch Medan and Wetlands from here. Once you've completed Duskwood, you want to reach Loch Medan. Getting there will require a decent amount of travel time. That'll be easy business. The Zygor fixes that problem for me. Once you arrive in Loch Medan, travel south, do the quest line in the Valley of the Kings. Blah, blah, blah. We just do the Loch Medan quest line at this point. Go... LOCH or something. Loch Medan. Zygor will fix getting there for us. To be honest, just flying there is not going to be too problematic. How long will we be streaming? Oh yeah, I don't have a vendor mount, do I? I need to find a vendor to sell things to. There'll be one in there.
Need help?
Oh no, you're a blacksmithing
around.
trainer. Where's a... There we go. You'll do. Sell some rubbish. Purge some... Sell some rubbish.
For the Alliance.
That'll do. 2,500 gold. We rich. We rich. What, we level 56? I kind of wanted to get to about level 60 today. Which we're there or there. We're going to be there or thereabouts after doing some Lock Medan for a few minutes. Really should do the 2 extra. I don't think there's going to be much of real value in this at such low level. It's kind of weird when if you fly up really high in the old zones, it's kind of weird where you have these like big, which once upon a time were just like, you know, the mountains were just used as like big dividers between zones that you were basically never meant to see. But it looks really weird on the map now.
What's on your mind?
Collect the mangy claw from what? Oh, from you. From you. Yoink.
You got my attention. Interest you on a pint?
Inside the building? I think it's inside the building. Yes, there you are. There you are. Ding. Direct damage melee abilities against enemies afflicted by moonfire cause them to burn for 20% more. Beautiful stuff.
What can I do for you?
Just what we want to hear. Oh, there's a rare around here somewhere. There you are. Yoink. Still waiting to get like one like big legendary piece of like proper transmog. None of this fish. None of this vendor trash. The only thing that I am sort of half tempted to do on the NA account, just because it's something I almost feel I will never do on my EU account at this point, and that is do some like actual transmog farming. Not for the purpose of really padding my transmog, like my collection, because on my obviously on NA I have nothing and I don't care to get anything. But just purely because it sort of fits in line with farming decor. As while it's not necessarily something that I would ever expect it to bring in the millions, but it's another one you do half an hour or an hour of dungeon runs, and then the other half an hour you fly around and you decor and you pick up lumber, sorry, till your instances have reset, and you just kind of alternate, and it's a potentially good way to switch it up, keep it fresh, if you know what I mean. Oh wait, we killed everything already. Easy. And like I said, it's probably one of those things I will almost never do on my EU account.
Great to meet you. How are you? Great to meet you.
Just because it's a lot of upfront
See you
effort,
soon. What's on your
which
mind?
I don't really feel I need to do on EU. Cast a wide net. Yeah, and that, you know, it gives I mean the widest of wide nets when you really do transmog properly, but I don't know, I've always kind of understood that the rush of transmog for a lot of people is getting that big ticket item. Now, obviously, when it comes to selling it, it's a different matter. But I tend to think a lot of people get that big rush of just, like, getting something that could be worth 50,000 gold to drop, like, for example. Because at that point, you're often, like, 50,000 gold is probably a huge, like, relative to what you probably have on your account, a huge amount of gold at the time. Now, I can't replicate that on retail. There's no piece of transmog that can drop in the world ever that would, like, really get me super excited. Because I would also then know what it takes to sell the damn thing thereafter. But on the NA account, where we don't have a lot, you know, a 50k, you know, 50,000 gold injection quickly from a S tier piece of transmog that we strategically quickly sell, you know, is useful, is in its own way interesting and exciting. Where's this boss dude we're meant to be killing? Yates. I'm probably never going to use Ursul's Vortex. In fact, I can almost guarantee I'm never going to use it. Mass Entanglement useful to me. Fix that later. Oh, he's up here. Typhoon's fun though. That's a button we'll press. Oh, I didn't expect them to use it back on me. I feel as if I'm starting to get to that level though where stuff just takes ages to kill. I'm a level 58 Guardian Druid with item level 44 gear, which I think probably doesn't help. I've got a lot of like just old stuff. Though some of it's not too bad. That procced epic only a level or two ago, and it's only item level 61. Maybe the item level squish is pretty maybe it's quite forgiving on scaling. I need something to kill. You'll do. Oink. Oh yeah, because you can ding level 80 with like item level 80 gear. It's only because we took most of our alts into the War Within with like the War Within end of expansion gear. You wouldn't necessarily... I think if you dinged level 80 naturally and then went into Midnight, you've probably got like dog shit gear.
Well met. How are you? Keep your feet on the ground.
Okay, let's get the main bit of Loch Madan done then. That's the easy north bit, south bit technically. Where's the tree? Where's the tree? Where's the tree? Yoink. No.
Hello. What can I do for you? Well met.
Make some sausage.
What can I do for you?
Time to cook up a sausage.
Here there. Watch your back.
Even simple things like just having flight paths for all the zones. It's something that's so easy to take for granted. Oh yeah, just quickly fly here with your flight path. Nope. Downstairs inside the building.
What can I do for you? See you soon.
In this where Student does his transmog mailbox openings. This place looks familiar. This in the game of GeoGuessr, this looks familiar. Wait, hold on. Where's my... Lost Shadow Meld somehow. Ooh, a chest. Yoink. Do these treasure chests give good experience? They probably do, don't they? Rares are pretty good, so I don't see why treasure chests aren't either. Oh no, I'm smashed. Yo! Pretty good experience, we take that. dog shit piece of gear that popped out of it, but we'll take the experience. Yeah, slash roll for chests, obviously. Obviously. No ninjas. Do we think WoW could ever, like, bring back that retail WoW I'm talking about here now? I know Classic sort of kind of has it. Do you think WoW will ever be able, retail WoW will ever actually be able to bring back that sort of group mentality whilst, like, leveling and just playing the game? Because there's nothing really like that. I mean, obviously you got Mythic Plus, that's like endgame content now. But leveling is entirely a solo event. There's nobody that's ever questing together or doing anything like that together anymore. Apart from, you know, maybe very sparsely in very specific RP communities or something. But like, for the most part, that sort of, you know, leveling your characters and questing and stuff is an entirely solo experience. If you want anything that's even remotely that oriented, Classic's basically your only hope, isn't it? Not unless they make leveling hard again. I think you're probably right. Yeah, leveling's too much. It's just too much busy work, isn't it? It's fast enough for you to be able to bang it out yourself solo. There's never any... Like, we don't have, like, proper elite quests even anymore. Like, we don't even have, like... You know, back in vanilla, you'd get that red difficulty quest. Because of chromie time and everything scaling to you, there's never a quest that's difficult in any way, shape, or form. This is where I really hope they've got something cooked for after the last Titan. I mean, I guess it's weird to say, but I'm kind of looking for a Classic Plus but for retail after the last Titan. I hope they're planning on doing something pretty dramatic. There was rumors a couple of years ago that they were going to completely redo the old world Cataclysm style again. But I think a lot of that was probably people just data mining really early player housing assets. Because I think a lot of people probably assumed that they were just rebuilding the outer world. But no, it was probably just player housing assets being made in HD. I think is how I tend to feel that that probably played out. Classic is leveling content, retail is endgame content. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they could ever really make leveling feel meaningful anymore in retail. That's kind of the thing I was sort of alluding to. You know, where you're level 25 and you look for a group to go and kill a difficult dungeon. And there's a piece of gear that drops in a level 25 dungeon that you're like excited to see. That, you know, all of those emotions only happen when you expect to be level 26, 27 and 28 for a while. Not a case of like 4 minutes a level like we've got right now. Race to World first players multi-box when they level, so technically grouped leveling. Well, yeah, in a way. They made the Angler's Pearls transferable, but you still have to fly out to the vendor to buy them. Yeah, I know, and it takes probably as long to fly out to the vendor as it does to just do the event and get the pearls you need. That's what I've noticed anyway. I can get the 2,500 pearls or something. I can get the pearls in about 5 minutes flat. Now, if you take a flight path from Silvermoon, it takes you about 4 minutes to fly out there. So it's like, oh, great. Thanks, please. Luckily, it only affects crafters, though, right? We'll be the scapegoats. I need more bears. Need more bears. I need 2 more bears here. I need that juicy rump. I'm pulling more just because I can. That's the life of Guardian Druid. I'd rather be killing 20 things than 2. I feel weird when I'm only killing 2 things. Don't you feel guilty being a bear, killing bear? I hadn't thought about that actually, yeah, but now I do. Thanks for that. Thanks for that. Now I've got a guilty conscience. Alright. Technically, I'm disguised as a bear. I'm not actually a bear. It is all an illusion. Hey, Eversong treasures. Took me nearly 2 hours. You're doing it on reset day, man. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? Never try and find a treasure on reset day. Never try and find it. Well drop, but not a good one. Oh, the Arcana ones. I mean, that's kind of the same gaff, though, isn't it? You have to do the quest to even see the treasures in the first place. And I bet you every man and their dog is doing that today because it's reset day. I think it's probably the same scenario. Just treasures are just not a good thing to do on reset day. Or is the drop chance of whatever it is you're looking for bad or something? I don't know. See you later, sheep. Right, that's got to be enough now, surely. Yes, beautiful. Is the quest not down there? Oh, under the dock. Oh my god, look at the quest to hand in. Oh, we are going to be absolutely full of ding juice.
Talk to me. How are you?
Honoured with Ironforge, don't mind if I do.
What's on your mind?
Ding. Oh, level 60. That's a milestone. Don't feel like that long ago. We hit level 50. This is pacey enough for my liking. 8 minutes it took us for the last level. 8 minutes seems to be above
Well
average at
met.
the moment.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah, I think 8 minutes
How
is a
are
slow
ya?
level as well, because we were doing all of these quests. Wait, oh, downstairs inside the building. Whoops. Which building's it?
Hi, watch your back. What's on your mind? Here there. You got my attention.
Oh, I thought that was going to be the quickest level ever. Nearly there. Oh. Kill the rare, it probably will be. So strange seeing the other side after being Horde for years. I'm going to be honest, like, I've played Alliance pretty much 80% of the time I've ever played this game. It's only in the last couple of years I've gone Horde, but my brain has clearly converted because I felt the same earlier. I was like, this is something I haven't seen for a long time. But but the fact that I still don't know my ass from my elbow when it comes to Orgrimmar, I genuinely have no idea where anything is in Orgrimmar. Like, why am I dying? What's going on here? Flipping hell. Did I not press any buttons for about 4 minutes or something? What's going on? Kinda don't mind it though. 2 minutes. That's the kind of speed we need. That's the kind of speed we need. Are we going to start hitting aggressive diminishing returns now because we're level 60 on experience? Because things are not going to continue scaling, are they? Or are they? Is this meant to be... does everything scale to 70 now naturally in these continents? But it's still 60. I mean, it technically says it's level 5 to 81, so I guess it just scales all the way, right? Okay. Sure. Go in then.
Interest you on a pint?
Mangle has 1 additional charge, and when Maul is cast at 80 rage or above, its chance to activate Gore is increased by 100%. Little ratty rats. Grab that herb. Think. Haven't picked up a piece of lumber in a while, I feel bad. Kill rat dudes. 1 rat dude, 2 rat dudes, 3 rat dudes. Oh, I picked up a bonus rat dude from somewhere. A few more for good measure. Oh, Jesus. He's still going? Well, we did take a break in partway through the day. Yeah, well, it was technically about 12 hours ago I started the morning stream. We did take a break in the middle, though. Welcome in, Crazy Bear. Good day to you, sir. Oh, do you still have to collect ears off these things? I don't think you have to collect the ears anymore, do you? You just got to kill them. I think they made it easier because the ears were fucking pain in the ass. Or have I got that? Or have I got that funness ahead of me? Oh, another rare. Where are you? Weird seeing you fighting there at level 50 or something. 61, my friend. We're fucking rocking. 50. 50 something. Jesus. What do you take me for? Some slow ass leveler? We're fast as fuck, yo. Made 3,000 gold whilst we did it. Bard's boots. Are you trying to equip them? I think you're trying to equip them, aren't you? Having a heart attack because we're still in combat. Sure. Foragers we're missing. Surveyor, there's a forager. There's a forager. Man's an open worlder, this is lightweight. Have they expanded follower dungeons to like every dungeon ever yet? Or is it still locked to... It's still locked to... What have we got? We got Dragonflight, The War Within, and now Midnight. Have we got 3 expansions worth of follower dungeons? Do you think they got what they wanted out of follower dungeons? Or do you think follower dungeons actually just taught them what they needed to know about delves? And do we think they're going to continue on with follower dungeons? Does anybody ever use follower dungeons? Outside of cloth farming, I mean, by the way. I should clarify. Not if that's even a thing, I don't think, in Midnight anymore, is it? Best thing about follower dungeons is the dungeon weekly and free mage food for healers. True. I actually use follower dungeons quite regularly, actually, but it's actually only to cheat my way around the map fast.
How are you?
You guys know the player housing trick with follower dungeons? Basically, zip about super fast. So, like, if you're in, Kazalgar, flipping out, where am I going here? If you're in, let's say, oh, yeah, of course, I don't have Midnight, do I? Okay, let's simulate this. Let's say you're, okay, they're not even on my map, are they? That's weird. If you pick a dungeon, in a zone, and activate a follower dungeon so you instantly get teleported into it. Then when you get teleported into it, press H and teleport to your player house, and then use the return to wherever you were button from here. Then it will drop you off just outside that follower dungeon. Very, very handy for getting to the arse end of Zulaman quickly without having to fly all the way down there. Kinda handy if you've just gone and done, I don't know, a bountiful delve over in like the Grudge Pit or something and need to then go to Zulaman for your next one. You can ping yourself around the map pretty quickly and easily that way.
Talk to me. Interest you on a pint?
The explanation would have probably been easier if I could have showed you, but not on this account. So yeah, I use follower dungeons, but only for like cheeky fast travel. That's literally it. I can't remember the last time I properly used a follower dungeon. Maybe I did a follower dungeon actually whilst leveling in Midnight, because there's a couple of dungeons during the campaign, isn't there? I probably didn't want to sit in a queue, so I might have used a follower. Oh no, I definitely did use a follower dungeon at one point, because it crucified me just how long it took to do it on follower mode. Follower dungeon, TP to house, return from house, arrive outside the follower dungeon. Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, no wormholes needed. And apparently it also works for like basically all follower dungeons you have access to as well. So if, you know, if you've got some random ass reason to quickly go back to the wall within. Somebody said earlier, I don't know if it was earlier, that the Weaver buff doesn't exist anymore. Have they taken the Weaver buff out of the game? Is that a thing, or was just somebody memeing and I fell for the bait? I mean, it partly wouldn't surprise me, because it is kind of weird that people felt the need to go back and do all of their mass crafting in Dornigal. But to straight remove the Weaver buff felt like an interesting play. Though, let's be real, what extra value does it really add? Who's hardcore mass crafting within still? Apart from Drizzling Rose. She's using concentration though, it's fine. Four, 5. Oh no, oh, that's flipping ore. That's not what I'm after. No interrupty. Damn. There's a big dude we're meant to be killing. Can we find him somewhere? Where's the boss dude? Foreman summon or other. There we go. Something definitely changed when we dinged level 60 though. We all of a sudden started taking way more damage when I dinged level 60. I don't know if it's some weird scaling kicks in. Some XP banding or something. But we definitely started taking more damage when we hit level 60. And at the same time, we seem to deal far less damage as well. I think there's definitely some scaling curve at level 60. Yeah. Get out of here, double time. I might be wearing cloth gear. I wouldn't put it past me. I would not put it past me. To be fair, Zygor's been responsible for equipping all my gear, so if I am, it's Zygor's fault. No, we are wearing leather. It's fine. It could just very easily be that we're leveling at a speed where I am just genuinely outgearing my own gear, if that makes sense. They're not words that made sense, but I hope you know what I mean. Ferocious Bite and Maul do more damage. Well, that could definitely help. I'm relatively sure it's kind of efficient to do practically this whole zone. Which we're having a lot more down, blah blah blah. There are 6 interactable objects called the Stolen Explorers League documents. They'll give you a quest when you interact with them. Yep, we've been picking those up. A few of these are directly on your path, but many of them are off the traditional route, so I recommend looking up their locations. God bless Zygor. Zygor does the job wonderfully. In the past, this is where I've recommended starting Warlords of Draenor zones. With the addition of Skyriding, means that certain quests up north of the wetlands are now efficient to complete. This quest line begins in the mountains around Dun Aungar, where you check the boys and grab the follow-up quests. In other words, bang out the entire zone. In other words, bang out the whole zone. Roger. Oh no, hang on, we can turn in another quest.
Interestiana Pine, welcome.
What time is it? Oh my god, it's gone 11. Jesus. I gotta be up early in the morning. I should not be playing video all day late into the night. Piece of wood? Stupid bear. What are you? You a beast. Oh, we're after more glands again. What is it with this game and glands? Gross. Ooh. A rare. Yeah, you absolutely better know your buttons by 60. Having to pay far more attention to keeping my buttons pressed since hitting 60. Oh, 63 already? Holy shit. We are absolutely flying though. That was 3 minutes. Sure, we take that. Incarnation or Convoke? Convoke is so cool. Sorry, Zygo, I'm taking Convoke just because it's a really cool button to press. This is actually the point where I want my special bonus macro so I don't accidentally cancel, like, Convoke every time it goes off. Like now. It's just cool. Oh no, now me flipping cooldown bar is so wham, it's taken over the nameplates. That's not meant to happen. I need to take a couple of these off the bar, but options, where do we do this? Where do we do this? Advanced. I don't want mangle. That'll do. What am I doing? Oh, I need 2 more Murloc glands. Another camp of Murlocs here, look. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, hang on. I might need a couple more. They all guarantee drops, do they? Ah, I see. That's why I need my special don't interrupt shit macro. I need to squeeze in a no cast modifier into a macro. Otherwise I accidentally cancel my convoke when it goes off. My macro's on my EU account though. Ooh, another rat. Hello. Yoink. Mind if I do? This is Croc tameable. He's got quite a cool skin for a crocodile. Oh, probably yeah, sure. I don't care about this level transmog stuff. It's never gonna sell. Right, we need some crocodiles. We need some buzzards. Such a cool button. It just goes brrr and shit dies. It's like popping wings on a paladin. It's just cool. Invoke was a Shadowlands edition, wasn't it? Was it one of the Covenant abilities in Shadowlands? Is that where it came from? It wasn't always in the game, was it? Okay, so yeah. Go Murderville on you 3. Wow, I killed all of those crocodiles and I only got 2 jaws. Since when do crocodiles not have... Oh, intact crocodile jaws. That makes more sense. Ah, yeah, that was it. The Night Fae ability. Yeah. Yes. It was so fun they had to bake it in. Oh, Jesus. 3 crocodiles, 1 jaw. I'm not convinced this quest is worth doing, but we have started, so we will finish. My leveling speed doesn't seem to indicate it, but it definitely feels like it takes an age to kill things now we've dinged 60. Guess we just got to pull bigger. The only way to fix it, right? Oh, we got all of the crocodile jaws, though. Oh, hello. That's good news. Now we just need some buzzards, then. One of you. The one flying. Yoink. Right, I might hand these quests in then and think I might call it a day for today. I got a bit of an early start with a dentist tomorrow. I fucking hate the dentist. So, a good night's sleep is probably doing. Not gonna lie, half the reason I was streaming this evening was because I get stupidly anxious about the dentist. It's completely irrational, but you know, it is what it is. I don't like the dentist. Take my mind off it, go to bed, get a good night's sleep in.
Hello, safe travels.
That will be why there is no stream tomorrow, because there's a good chance if to do a filling or something like that, I'll come back with half my face numb. Which could be funny, but the amount I talk on stream, having a completely numb face would probably not a good idea. Gain 3% of a stat while in each form. So there will be no stream tomorrow. I might, when I get back from the dentist, obviously play a little bit. Probably push this dude to level 80 tomorrow, I reckon will be my move. Sorry, dudette. Push the druid to 80. The account doesn't have midnight, so we can't go any further than that, but it would allow me to zip about, do a bit of herbing and mining, gather up some lumber, and get, you know, the ball rolling. Switch off Chromie time, so that we can go to old zones and just nuke anything that we accidentally aggro. And it will make farming the lumber way easier. I think spending some time getting the character leveled up will pay dividends eventually. Actually, let's leave you in there. Is this classed as a rested area? I think it is. The bar's blue, look. Yeah. So that's going to be the plan. We get this dude to level 80, then we can start leveling some professions, farming some lumber, actually get some reasonable stuff crafted that we can put on the auction house. Obviously, we're not making humongous amounts of gold just leveling a character up, but made 3.5 grand just leveling up the character, to be fair. A few hours of farming, bit of herbing and mining, get sort of like 50k to our name, maybe level up a few crafting professions, get some lumber crafted. Then we can just sort of, you know, then we can chip away at a few of the odd bits and pieces. We'll see how it goes. Could be a fun little experiment. Could get N8 spun up nice and, you know, nice and efficiently. There's not too much going on on you know, the EU side of things right now. But thanks for joining me this evening. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you for stopping by on this bonus stream. Apologies if I've crippled anybody's streak. Check out the VOD. Yeah, have a good one, boys and girls. I'll catch you Friday. Have a good one. Peace.